In this video, we're going to show you the top 5 things that you need to know before you go on a Royal Caribbean cruise. And this could save you hundreds and hundreds of dollars. So let's start with number 5. If you've travelled with the Royal Caribbean before, but you haven't travelled on a Quantum class ship, like the Anthem of the Seas which we're on today, then you need to know they do some things differently. For example, the Sea Pass cards. We've travelled on the Independence of the Seas and the Rhapsody of the Seas, and one thing we do is we bring our lanyards to our new cruise ships, and we normally get our Sea Pass cards punched, a hole punched in them, and then we attach them to our lanyard and all is good.
But on Quantum, it's not like that. You can't punch your cards at all, and it sucks, so you have to buy a whole new lanyard, because these don't come separate, and that's how Royal Caribbean make their money.
So
that sucks.
So the number 5 way to save money on the Royal Caribbean Quantum class specifically is bring your lanyards, but bring these clear plastic cards. Get them on Amazon or wherever, and buy loads of them. Don't buy just one for each person, because they break really easily. Bring them with you and you will be a happy camper. In fact, you could make some money, because you could sell these for half the price of buying a whole new lanyard, which is the only option you have on the Royal Caribbean cruise ship. So number 4 is the North Star experience.
It's basically a big metal arm that takes you up 300 feet in the air, and as you've seen in the promotional videos or the ads, it takes you from side to side. But it doesn't do that, and the reason why is it takes too long.
Which is a bit of a bummer.
Yeah.
So on the Anthem of the Seas, on this particular cruise that we were on, the Bermuda and Caribbean cruise, it just goes up and down.
That's it.
It's still good, but it's not as good as it would be if it went from side to side as well. Just be prepared. Still, you want to do it. Oh, and by the way, little tip, you have to book it as soon as you get on the cruise ship, or before if you can. I'm not sure if you can do it before. I think you're supposed to be able to. We couldn't figure out how to do that. But as soon as you get on the ship, you download, in fact, before you get on the ship, download
Royal IQ.
And as soon as you get on the ship, you book it immediately. And that guarantees you'll get on. So we got on, but not everyone gets on. It's a bit of a disappointment if you can't get on, but you still have to do it. Don't get us wrong, you still have to do it. Number 3, the shows. On the Quantum class ships in particular, you have to pre-book the big shows. Why? Because there's 4,800 guests.
So many people. On
the Anthem of the Seas, and probably a similar number on the other Quantum class ships. And then 1,500 members of staff. So that means there's not enough seats in any of the theatres for any of the shows. So on this particular cruise, the Anthem of the Seas, they've got was it Spectra?
They've got Spectra, they've got the Gift, and they've got the We Will Rock You.
We Will Rock You.
And
you have to pre-book. You have to pre-book all of them. Now we've done the Independence of the Seas twice. We've done the Rhapsody of the Seas once.
And you didn't have to book anything
except for Grease. Grease the musical was that last year?
Yeah.
And you had to pre.
I think it was 2 years ago.
Whenever it was, we had to pre-book it, but it was. Again, Grease the musical.
It was.
But other than that, every single show you just walk into on this ship, the Quantum class Anthem of the Seas we're on today, it's not like that. You've got to pre-book. Now, but here's the tip. The tip is, if you do pre-book, you've got to get in there. They say 10 minutes before. I'd say 15 minutes.
Maybe 20.
Before, because why? Because between 10 minutes to, this is what they tell us, and they definitely do it. Whether it's 10 minutes, 15 minutes, I'm not sure.
Yeah.
10 minutes before, they say they let everybody in, as long as the seat's available.
So if you come in bang on time, all the seats will be taken up. There's no point booking it.
Forget it.
There's no point. Just forget it.
Now that works both ways, because if you aren't able to book a show and you want to go and see a show, turn up at 10 minutes to, or maybe 15 minutes to, and wait till they let you in. And if the seat's available, you will get in. And we've seen plenty of shows where all the shows we've been to, there's been people get in that didn't reserve, no problem. Why? Because there's so many things going on the ship, you cannot remember where you should be at a particular time, and people just forget, flat out forget. So anyway, important tip, and if you stick to that, you'll have a good time with respect to the shows. So number 2, this is going to save you lots of money.
Lots of cash.
Lots of cash, hard cash, potentially, but not in the way you might think. The one thing, so number 1, we were talking about how Royal Caribbean keep making you spend money.
Yeah.
And you might think this is one of those. It's not really. If you've ever had or want to have your family portraits done, that can cost hundreds and hundreds of dollars or pounds. You know, we got one done of once, and it was like 500 quid for like one picture back home.
What's one picture? That's it.
Well, that's one picture.
With a frame.
But here on the Royal Caribbean, if you get the unlimited digital package, photo package, you can get as many photographs as you want.
And it's like $300. Like
it's
for loads of photos.
I think it was.
It was cheaper. We got $270, I think.
$270, I think it was. If
like
you do it in the first 2 or 3 days, you get $270.
Yeah.
Now, we've always done this.
We've always done it.
Royal Caribbean, we've been on P&O and they do not do this.
No, they don't. No, theirs is crap.
It's a real rip-off.
It's a rip-off.
And we turn this into fun. We have a lot of fun with this.
Yeah,
we get how many? We've got about 150 photographs taken so far.
Yeah.
And we're not done yet.
We're not done.
Last year, I think we hit our all-time record of 300.
300.
So
do you want to take loads tonight?
We'll try and do more tonight. Yeah. So, the top 2. My second top tip for Royal Caribbean cruise to save money, but save money back home, is to fully exploit the digital photo experience and take the full unlimited package. Don't pay as you go. Do the full unlimited package, and you can have a lot of fun. Not resent it when the photographers are there, and get some really good pictures, and have some fun. Take some silly photographs too.
Yeah.
So that's what we do, and that's our second tip.
So, number 1, Royal Caribbean. They charge you for everything, honestly. See, yesterday, the last location we were at, we basically were at the start, at the gate, and we saw these coconuts and pineapples, and we were like, oh, yes, let's get some. And we didn't know they were going to charge you for it, right? So
and we have the full drinks package.
And they still charge you for it, but they give $3 off, which is amazing. No, it's not. It's not amazing. It's really annoying.
It's $8. It's called taking the
piss out of you. Just taking money off you. It's really annoying. And I got a free drink that day, and it was way better than the pineapple one. So, yeah, don't buy any pineapple or coconuts at the Royal Caribbean Resort. And also, last night it was the 4th of July. Show in 270, and they were charging you $2 for a small wee packet of popcorn, and I was like, oh, I smell popcorn, where is it? And I just go, oh, yes, Dad, let's get some. And then I just see this price, $2, and I'm like, okay,
it is. I mean, if Royal Caribbean's watching this and you want a lot of feedback, why would you annoy people by charging $2 for popcorn on the 4th of July night? That is absolutely just taking the mickey, right? But there's worse. So this, for everyone else who's watching, here's how to save lots of money. So first of all, if you've been on a cruise before, you probably already know some of this. But on this particular cruise, and this is true of any cruise, we've been on this our 5th or 6th cruise now. In general, the excursions put on by the cruise company are at least 3 times more, and I mean 3 times more expensive than the local equivalents.
Yeah.
And what they say is, between 2 and 3 times, I should say. Let's be accurate. And what they say is, if you go with us, we book with us, we guarantee we get you back on the ship. Is that worth between 2 and 3 times? Sometimes it is. We did a Mediterranean cruise a couple of years ago, and we did the Rome excursion. You can do it on the train. We thought, no, it'd be better to do it with the cruise, so we did that one. But Granny and Granda, they took the train, and they said they went for less, like a third of the price. But anyway, let's go into this cruise. So we went on the Bermuda and Caribbean cruise, and the first one we did Bermuda, stopped there, fantastic island. It wasn't a great day, but it was a fantastic island.
Oh, it was amazing. We saw octopus, we just saw parrotfish.
We'll talk about that in another video. But anyway, this is all about how you save money.
And crabs.
When you literally, beside the boat, they have these buses, and they're all lined up ready for you to take you to Horseshoe Beach, which is world famous. It's one of the top 5 beaches in the world. Now, to do the shore excursion from the Royal Caribbean, I think it's $41.
And it's $7 each. Each
way. So it's $14 each.
The normal one.
So that's what?
6
between
times
2
more.
and 3 times. No. It's $14 each, not 7.
Oh right. Oh.
So there's 5 of us in the family, so we're saving what, $100 plus.
Yeah.
I mean, you know, that's just an obvious one, but that isn't the only one. So then we did San Juan in Puerto Rico. Same thing. We did a tour.
Yeah.
It was, how much was that? It was $15 each for us.
For like a
not the shore excursion.
2-hour tour.
For a 2-hour tour, we just got off the boat and went into one of the local tours. How much is it for the Royal Caribbean? It was over $40 each. Now, if there's a party of 5 or even a party of 2, you're going to save money. But for a party of 5, that's $100 saving. Now, this all adds up. Now, which brings me to the last one, which is my real rant, right? So Labadee in Haiti, I mean, it's a resort, it's a Royal Caribbean resort. So I suspected this was going to happen, but they really have, and it does happen, they really have you by the kahunas, right? So you get on, and there are free drinks, and it's included, and they've got
barbecue
food
for everyone.
By
we
the way,
missed it though.
By the way, they don't allow food out in the heat for a certain length of time. So by lunchtime, at 1:30 for us,
they took all the food
it was
away.
all gone.
It was so annoying. And they had like these quick foods, like they were already prepared. You know, them easy, ready-made foods like salads.
Oh, they were horrible.
Wraps, they were horrible.
But the barbecue was good, but we just didn't tell us when they were going to take it away, which was annoying. But anyway, that aside.
There was a sign, but it was really small. So.
But first of all, Mark mentioned the pineapple and the coconut drinks, which were how much were they?
It was like $9, $12 originally, but we had the package.
I mean,
we saved $3. Oh my gosh!
That's a rip-off.
Let's go.
But the worst of it was, they've all these rides. They've 4 or 5 rides.
Really
they have a water park. And they charge you, I think it's $30 per person. $22 for a water park. And
kids.
By the way, by water park, all it is water slides. Like,
That's
inflatables.
That's it.
And they're charging for that? Are you kidding me, Royal Caribbean?
That's crazy.
Then they have this thing called the Dragon's Breath, which is a zip line.
Oh my gosh.
It's a lot of fun.
It is.
It's a lot of fun.
Well,
now,
I was not.
For some reason,
enough.
I had it in my head that it was $40 a go. And I got that, but we now realise why we thought that. There's another thing, it's a roller coaster. It's like a roller coaster, it's like a
it's called the
tobogganing
Dragon Coaster.
thing.
It's called a Dragon Coaster.
Dragon Coaster, and it's $40.
It was like a short wee coaster thing for 2 people, and it's $40.
The Dragon's Breath, which is, and by the way, we've been on one of those Dragon Coasters in Europe.
We have.
In Tenerife, actually.
Was it cheaper?
It was a lot cheaper. It was like 10 euros, I think.
Oh my god.
So that is absolutely ripping the air.
That's ripping you off so much. And then on the zip line, we go up to this man, we say, right, I want to do the zip line, and then we check what weights, and then me and Yasmin find out we can't do it because it was windy that day.
That's safety. It's too windy. So the weight you have to be is 75 pounds.
75 pounds originally.
But because it was so windy, it was 120 pounds that day. But that's safety. That's okay.
But you saved a lot of money there. I'm not gonna lie.
I saved a lot of money.
He came up to the counter and he says, "So how much is that?" And he goes, $129.
And I said, "Excuse me,
and
120? Is that for everyone?"
What?
No.
What?
That's each.
Say? And I'm like,
129 euros each. No, euros. Sorry, dollars.
Line.
For a zip line. Now the zip line, we're going to show.
It was good.
We'll show you a quick clip here. Actually, let's show you a clip now. Okay, so it's a lot of fun, right? And you have to do it, right?
You have to.
But $129 each?
That's mad. Are you serious?
Kidding me? It lasts less than 3 minutes. 2 minutes, I think. Now, I'll give you an example. To do a tour of New York and Manhattan on the last day, it's $99 each, right? So it's cheaper to do a 4-hour trip of Manhattan than it is to do a 2-minute Dragon's Breath ride. Now, it's impressive, don't get me wrong, it's very, very good. But this is already owned by the Royal Caribbean. They're not paying a third party, It's theirs, and they're charging $129.
Why are they charging that
I just
much?
think when you're doing all of that, it is just fully exploiting it's guests, it's loyal guests, of which we are one. We like the Royal Caribbean.
We love
come here. It's our 5th or 6th cruise, I think.
Yep.
With them, I've been on P&O. I don't really like P&O.
Don't like it, no.
Royal Caribbean know how to have fun.
Yep.
And they've karaoke
they know
pretty
how to
much
charge
every
you
night.
A lot,
but they also know how to rip you off.
Yep.
And it does feel like a rip off, especially Dragon's Breath. I don't mind. This is the thing. I don't mind paying a little extra for booking something through the Royal Caribbean.
No.
But to pay between 2 and 3 times much for a tour, which I know now only costs 15, you would get Royal Caribbean. You would get more money, more people, more footfall if you lowered your prices to something a bit more reasonable, with some margin for yourselves, right? But just be sensible about it instead of ripping us off, ripping your loyal guests off. Have a think about it, Royal Caribbean. But for everyone else, in the meantime, there are alternatives except for Dragon's Breath. When you go onto Labadee, it's a beautiful island.
It is.
But it was our favourite stop on the tour, actually. But
the snorkeling was actually not bad, and I saw the biggest biggest sea urchin I've
That's
ever
for
seen.
the other video.
Here's a clip.
No clips now.
Okay,
you're gonna watch the other video.
No clip.
But for now,
Have
that
to
is our
save it.
top way to save money.
Top
on the Royal
5
Caribbean
ways to
through-
save money on
No,
the
no,
Royal
that was our
Caribbean.
number one way, which is to look for alternatives and go for the local excursions where you can. And there's lots of options, by the way. So that's number one.
So that was our top 5 things you need to know before you go on the Royal Caribbean cruise.
We hope you find that useful. And if you're going on a Royal Caribbean cruise, you will enjoy it, but hopefully you'll have some money left in your pocket when you come back. And check out our Royal Caribbean trip from last year, which is in the Mediterranean. It was on the Rhapsody of Seas, and it was awesome.
It was awesome.
Link above. Mark?
And Dave?
Out.
Ooh.
Back agent! Back agent!